The hardest thing people don't figure out is that life is going to get increasingly difficult in your 30s. Every decade, if you speak to people that have lived that decade in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 20s, they usually have fun. 30s, they're always talking about, hey, you're in the messy middle or it's the messy middle. And then 40s, it starts to get easier. And as you age, it starts to get easier. But when you look at the decades, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 30s is the ones that stick out. Why? Well, on the financial end, by and large, most people have built some sort of skills in their 20s, and now the skills are starting to mature to where they're making more money and able to make more money in their 30s. The second thing is people more often people are getting married for the first time in their 30s. So they're now experiencing love. So this is where the messy middle, so to speak, is, but also the pressure and the challenges of life begin to come. So you met a person, you actually um, are, uh, you're married, and when you get married, and even before you get married, you start to have kids. And when you get married, and before and after you get married, you got the house and you got multiple things. So if you're a guy, you at first were worried about the roof over your head, a car. Well, everything that you were worried about for yourself now multiplies with the people you have to take care of. So if I have a car, eat, keep a roof on my head, necessities, and still try to enjoy life, that's just four big things. And five, planning for the future. I was doing it for myself. Multiply that pressure times a wife, 1 to 2 kids. So it's 3x with having other people. In addition to, if you're uh, sometimes often the success was seen as a successful person. You went to school, you have the good corporate job, or you're making headways in your career. That actually moves you to a higher level of pressure because now people are bringing you their problems that you didn't ask to solve, but you're seen as the answer. I say all this to say that number one, if you're 20s, this is what you need to prepare for on your decision making. Life gets difficult with all these different life changes happening at one time. But it's not something you can't make it through. And it's not something you say, hey, I'm going to just opt out this and that'll make my life better. No, because each different pressure brings a different type of joy and satisfaction to you. But how does money play into this? Money just makes things a little bit easier. Money just allows you to manage what the pressures are without the financial weight behind it. This is why it's vital that even though you can't and you oftentimes aren't making a lot of money in your 20s because you're building your skills, you start actually saving in your 20s. You start investing. If it's just the 401k, I think people really get confused that just investing in your 401k, that's a win. How much you put in there, if you're doing 20%, 15%, 10%, I'm not as concerned because there are so many people that are not even putting money in the stock market and investing, and not just investing in 401k, buying a home, all those different things. There are so many people that don't get to participate and don't make the conscious choice to do that. So just by participating, that's a win, and you'll have more money than you were going to have. Next, after you participate, then it's how do I grow and consistently increase what my participation rate, how much I'm saving, how much I'm investing. Then how do I balance that with how I'm trying to enjoy my life at the current level with my needs and wants? Pro- Progress is what you're looking for versus automatically going to perfection. If you do consistent progress with your investing, the financial difficulties of life will begin to get easier. Let me make sure you understand. the financial difficulty. It doesn't make normal difficulties. If you lose a friend, if you have an illness, it doesn't make those things get better. It just takes the financial piece out of it. Think about that as you're in, again, you're in your 20s. What are you doing to try to help yourself be better? As somebody who was in my 20s that I saved toward, I started investing when I was about 27. And I didn't invest much, but it kind of clicked with me when I was about 33 because I saw an account double. That changed everything. And so that helped me realize if I just would have put more effort, the things that I enjoy now, I could enjoy them a lot sooner. And that's all. If you're 20, 25, start investing today because everything that you want to enjoy or try or anything, that's on the other side of you investing. Start with your 401k, increase it till you can fully max that out. And then add your IRA and all these other investment vehicles. Doing those things progressively will take you to a whole nother atmosphere. Hi, my name is Jonathan. I want to help you build your wealth. Follow me for more.